Bute is an industrial chemical used to thin paint and strip floors and make plastics. But when ingested, it slows down a person's central nervous system and can cause hallucinations. The Australian Federal Police says this drug has earned its name as a date rape drug because it's been linked for use in sexual assaults as well as overdoses across the country. The exact number of these sexual assaults and overdoses is unknown though, because it's hard to detect this drug once it has been ingested. And that's why, as of March of this year, bute was redefined as a border-controlled drug, meaning that anyone convicted of trying to import it into Australia could face a maximum penalty of life imprisonment. Just 7 days after this new law came into effect, police found almost 180 litres of bute in bottles of body oil from a shipment in China. A further 1,000 litres was found in the Sydney suburbs of Lidcombe and Fairfield, with another 960 litres later discovered in bottles labelled as essence oil. I'm here at the Australian Federal Police headquarters here in Sydney's CBD, where police spoke just recently, and they said that criminal syndicates are innovating ways of disguising the drug so that it can make it here into the country.
The consignments detected by Australian Border Force are often concealed and declared as beauty products, including body oils and face masks, along with food and cooking products. Typically, we are seeing the imports originate from the Asian market, with the majority of larger quantities from China, up to 40 litres per consignment, to give you an indication of quantities.
The AFP says it seized an importation of 660 litres this month after a recipient came forward after learning of this new legislative change. That means since March, a total of 4,200 litres of bute has been seized in Sydney alone, and this is police's main concern. They say that this concerningly large volume that has been detected would and could still pose a risk to the community.
When ingested, bute is absorbed by the body and metabolises to GHB. It is a depressant that slows down messaging travelling between the brain and body. It slows down the functions of the nervous system and makes would-be victims really vulnerable. We are also becoming increasingly concerned with reports that bute is one of the central drivers to non-fatal and fatal GHB overdoses in Australia, and is used to facilitate sexual assaults through the spiking of food and drink.
Bute can be used for industrial uses, but only by people that have a permit for it. If people are caught in possession of bute, it is illegal and there are immense consequences there. Police say that their main concern going forward is this drug's popularity, as well as its fatal nature. So while they use their new legislation to control this drug at the border, today's public appeal is really for people to be aware of the dangers and the consequences.
Brooke Chandler, thank you. And if this story has raised any issues for you, you can get help by calling the National Sexual Assault and Family Violence Counselling Helpline on 1800 RESPECT, which is 1800 737 732.